and all of a sudden Peach just started pegging Mario,
and she's like,
peaches. Just cracking open Mario's ass. It would have been like, hey, we can't.
I don't think this is family friendly
anymore. I can't take this.
No, there's not enough.
Yeah, the fans aren't there for that.
There isn't, and
they did a spin-off. Oh, we're doing this.
And everybody was like, oh man, we really.
Yeah, the diner scene was great, but
right, but that's it. Leave it where it's at. That's where he should shine. Daredevil.
Okay, we're gonna do a spin-off. It's just the Wasp. Okay, great. Can't wait.
Would you consider the Spider-Man stuff nostalgia? That they're not really, right?
They're trying. They're trying, but that's not just nostalgia. That's like, oh, we only have rights to this.
Yes.
Like we're not gonna make a movie about Madam Web unless we have to.
Rebooting the whole universe.
I'm done with
it. So here's the interesting.
The secondary, all of these secondary stuff from Spider-Man, because that's still 100% in the hands of Sony. They're using the Secret Wars here to reboot their whole failure of secondary characters.
This is like what I do with Elden Ring. I just keep remaking characters. Like, dude, I get it. Like,
but what they're doing,
you want that feeling. But
Richard Garfield threw his hat into the Sony pool.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Andrew. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
not Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Sorry. So Richard threw his hat into the pool,
right?
And he was like, "You guys are doing Spider-Man without Spider-Man." He's like, "Look, there's 3 of us out here. I'm in." I'm like, you know what? That would be smart. Like, put Spider-Man back in your Spider universe.
He's looking at the paychecks.
Of course he is. I ain't even mad at him for that.
I'm fucking Spider-Man.
But it would almost make it a redeemable thing for Sony to do.
Yeah, he redeemed himself in No Way Home.
Oh my God,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
God, yes.
that one scene alone, you're like, oh, thank you.
Yes,
yeah.
It was great.
He could have been. Yeah, it showed what he could have been.
Yes,
like he fucking could have been.
And speaking of perfect, thank you to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson.
I'm Ian.
Ed.
All right. So we were dabbling with a little Spider-Man.
Yeah, sorry about all the Spider-Man talk, but it goes right into today's subject, which is nostalgia.
Hey, yes. I like it.
The pros and the cons.
Hollywood has written themselves into a corner, chasing IP to the point where we have what I believe will be a phenomenal, the next groundbreaking Lord of the Rings movie.
Failure.
Directed by Stephen Colbert.
It's written by Stephen Colbert and his son.
But to be fair, Stephen Colbert is a huge Lord of the Rings connoisseur.
This is the saving grace that I see from this. Mm-hmm. The fact that, yes, Stephen Colbert has to be the most prominent super nerd of Lord of the Rings.
Correct.
Out there.
Yeah.
The
Dave Filoni of Lord of the Rings.
The biggest question I have is, can he just maintain to the world and the lore of Lord of the Rings while writing and making this movie? Mm-hmm. Or will he capitulate to Hollywood and force feed bullshit into it? Number 2.
He'll be forced to.
He's trying to write a movie based off of Tom Bombadil, and it's only, I believe, 5 or 6 chapters.
Okay.
Bombadil was left out of the main movies because they're like, he just doesn't fit with the rest of everything else Tolkien has written.
That means they're going to take liberties. A lot.
But you have to.
Massive liberties.
You have to. But here,
that's like what The Hobbit did. Let's be honest. Like Peter Jackson made 3-hour plus movies off a book that's... The Hobbit itself is not as big as any of the Lord of the Rings books.
It was trash. So I went back and I watched all of the Lord of the Rings. 1, 2, and 3. Amazing. So amazing that I could sit through even unfinished, unpolished extras that make the movie from 3 hours to like 4.5 hours.
Oh, Return of the King?
And I can
Return of the King is like 4.5 hours.
I can suspend all belief and still fucking love it. When I go back and I watch The Hobbit with these fucking dwarves, oh my God. They are so annoying. Every time the elves are like, we don't like dwarves much, I'm like, I am with you, motherfuckers.
Bro, there's a lot of racism in Lord of the Rings.
So we need someone to take those movies and recut those 3 into like a singular movie.
There's one 8-hour long.
Yeah, but you know, one
just them riding barrels down the river.
13 hours long.
It's like, don't, guys, mate. They're taking the 6 chapters, and this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna stretch it. They already announced they're using Sam Wise's daughter as the kickoff of the movie.
Because that's a character I remember in
She
love.
finds a thing, and it gets 3 of the hobbits together to go a nostalgia trip. So we're making a sequel to make a prequel nostalgia fest story. Speaking of the past, of a character that wasn't there, Bombadil, with the characters that were there, the 3 hobbits minus Frodo, I believe, because Frodo's not there.
He's not there yet.
He's off with the elves. So it's like, how much do you have to add into these few chapters to make a singular movie?
If they did an original story, I would hate it less than when they try to like fuck with the lore. Like
Yes.
like in the Amazon show, they had some all kinds of dumb shit.
Yeah.
They had like Tom Bombadil there at the beginning, like teaching Gandalf magic. I'm like, what the fuck
Here's
are
the
you
thing,
doing?
though. Here's the thing,
What
though.
are you doing? Like,
Still better. Rings of Power. Still better than The Hobbit.
I don't know about that.
Still better than The Hobbit.
I don't know about that.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Bro,
I went back and I watched it.
They had like desert gypsy hobbits. I'm like,
So they
bro.
did have some ugly elves too, which I disagree with. Elves are beautiful inherently.
They turned Elrond into that guy from Lost in Space.
Bro,
that pedophile.
I don't know what the fuck his head was on.
Mr. Smith.
They fucked that guy's head up at birth.
Yeah.
But it was still better written to me. I was more interested in the storyline and the characters as a whole. Once I got past the ugly elves,
I liked a lot of things
I
about the Hobbit.
enjoyed Rings of Power. I really did. I would like to see more.
I couldn't. There were only a few things
Well,
I
they
enjoyed of the Rings of Power.
are contractually
What was his name?
obligated to make X amount of Rings of Power. So I believe
I like
there
that
has to
troll.
be another
The dwarf.
season because of the way the contracts.
Well, yeah,
were done.
because they spent so much money on it. But like,
I'm
But
with
it's like-
it's not the worst thing I've seen.
it's not. It's not.
it
It's not the worst example of nostalgia. Like I think the worst example of nostalgia being used to try to push new product is Star Wars.
Yeah.
oh,
I think that's the biggest example because like when you look at these big IPs, the Harry Potter, like the new thing that's coming out on HBO, like you can say what you want about the casting issues and shit that people are having, but everybody's gonna watch it. It's fucking Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and HBO is throwing a lot of money.
And
at
If
it.
not just for the memes about Snape, they're
Bro.
gonna watch it.
What
and
I
you know
find-
what? I hope he does good.
Me too.
I
it's
hope
like,
he,
yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna watch
not,
the
but I
Harry
do.
Potter because I'm a huge fan, but I'm perplexed at the fact that the technology has come to the point where anything you can imagine you can put on screen.
Yes.
But the budgets of some of these projects have ballooned to the point where they can't get any new ideas because they're scared of the budget of the thing. But then you look at what
You almost can't make a profit.
it doesn't
with your
make
movie.
sense. Like the technology should be bringing the cost of these things down. When you look at what Expedition 33, the other side of these, ballooning projects, gaming.
That's clear
They-
obscure for you fucking
They
non-gamer people.
did with 33 people what Grand Theft Auto is doing with $2 billion and 1,000 people. It's like it doesn't have to be that big of a team and that big of a budget to get something that's AAA that crushes everybody else.
And
you're using the technology
Yeah.
wrong. You're using it as a reason
As
to
a crutch.
Uh,
to spend more money.
Can you imagine if Grand Theft Auto failed?
Oh my god.
Like
think-
if it was
but
a clunky piece
that's
of
why-
Oh my god, that
I
would
think-
be hilarious.
I think
actually.
that's why they're taking so long to make it
Issues.
because it can't fail.
Right.
If it fails, they are fucked.
It'd be the biggest fumble in the history
history.
of fumbles.
now.
15 years and fucking
It is on track.
Literally billions of
It
dollars.
is on track to probably be the biggest game ever
Well, yeah,
launched.
I don't know.
of
I don't know.
all
It's gonna
I don't know
time.
how
the
you don't buy
biggest
it. I don't know how you
release.
don't get it.
Yeah.
But if it fails
At
off
the
the
release.
release, they are done.
Because there were games like that one game I was super interested in where like it creates its own worlds, and then in the beginning it was so hinky, people just lost interest. Now they still have a core, but they lost a huge amount of
I'm
people.
hearing mixed things about that game that came out, Crimson Desert. There are people that say it's all this creativity and it's so fun.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing people say it's a clunky piece of
Yeah.
shit. And
Yeah,
they're like, the character's uninteresting and
Yeah.
it's copy and paste
Yeah,
from a
the
bunch of
biggest
different games.
issue that I see is they essentially took all of the sandbox and threw it at all of it. All of it's in the same box.
That's what
Yes.
I heard.
You want things for this, you want things for this. It's
Well,
all in here.
Some of the things I would watch from it, I'm watching it and I'm going, this like some of this is like Player Underground Battleground. Some of this is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
Some of this is like kind of Witcher, but not.
So loosely based in nostalgia, right?
They looked at a bunch of things that people like, and they just threw. Right. You're right.
Yes,
they threw it all in.
Everything that people like, they threw it all in there, and they're hoping that all of it's enough to hook you.
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't have the story. It doesn't like you don't.
It doesn't have the heart and soul.
Like The Witcher 3, we loved it because we're playing Geralt,
right?
Like and like you'd be playing, and all of a sudden Yennefer would show up. Oh,
right.
And then all of a sudden Zoltan, the dwarf, would show up, and you'd be like, "Holy fuck, these are people from the show and from the books we remember and we love."
Right.
Crimson Desert, you don't fucking know anybody.
Yep.
It's a dude with a dumbass fucking tattoo on his face that's doing dumbass shit, and you're like, okay, well, this is fun, but what the fuck?
It's a lesson you take from a show.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What, with what Potato Head show?
Last of Us?
Last of Us, right?
It's
Once
terrible
you kill...
terrible that thanks to the internet, you said Potato Head show, and me and Ed immediately pictured not only her, but the show.
It's fucked up. I didn't think of Toy Story.
Not Toy Story.
Who literally has Mr. Potato Head.
I didn't think of Hasbro, who famously created the toy Mr. Potato Head. No. You said Potato Head show.
As you knew.
Immediately.
But once they killed off the character you came to watch, the show was unwatchable. So when you do that in a game where you're basing some of what you like in the game, this nostalgia of, oh, this played like this, but you remove the story, you remove the heart and soul, you remove the originality of it all.
I think with a show, you don't have to finish it.
Right.
Like a game, if you buy the game and you're 5-6 hours into the game, whatever, and the character dies, you're still probably going to finish the game because it hurts, but you're invested in the game and you bought it and you're going to play. But a show, you're not going to tune in for the next episode. Why? Why?
Why waste your time when there's so many other things to watch?
The thing is, you used to be able to get away with adapting, but they used to adapt things to the point where it's essentially own IP. But then they started, we're going to keep to what the IP was. But then they really weren't. The consumers gotten more educated on what the original IP was because they're the ones now demanding, like, hey, here's a thing we like, make something with it.
Right.
But stop fucking it up.
Right.
Like, if we're going to tell you what we want to see, and then you say we're going to hold to it, and then you start, I don't know, you take something like Aslan, the big tiger in Narnia, and you're like, we're going to take the big tiger and with the lion, the main guy, and we're gonna now change it to be a woman. You're like, well, let's not
do that.
Don't tell me.
Let's not do that.
Calm down.
Don't tell me you're going to take this Christ-like figure from the books, who's the big lion,
literally a metaphor for Jesus. If you
with the big
read
mane,
the line,
and then you're gonna swap them.
Yes.
What else are you doing that you're telling us you're holding to the story while swapping the main character?
We're gonna make him a woman. And we're gonna have his dick out.
Yeah.
Like, wait, no, you can't do that.
It's about as bad as when they gave Sonic the Hedgehog real teeth.
Yes.
Bro, well, they fixed that, thank God, because that was a really ill-received test.
That was a pivot.
Yes.
When that Sonic appeared, everyone was like, no,
yes, but see,
no,
yes, but that is good.
Is not Sonic.
Yes. Now that is good nostalgia because what happened was it was so
the
bad.
internet exploded.
No, right, but it was so bad they recognized it and fixed it. But then they made another movie called Rescue Rangers, where they literally had the ugly Sonic in a booth selling autographs and t-shirts saying he's going to be in another movie, and the chipmunks can't stop looking at his teeth. I'm like, they understood the fucking task at hand. And it was great. That's how you could turn around a fumble. That's how you're like, hey, fuck, we fucked up. Let's fix it. Let's do it right. They fixed it, and then they went in, and then they made fun of themselves.
Well, Fox did that with Deadpool, like in the second Deadpool movie, and in the end, they had him go back in time with the time machine and kill Wade Wilson from Wolverine.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because they had to. Like,
absolutely.
Like, we fucked up. We got it. We made a horrible thing.
And,
you did.
And with a character like Deadpool, you have the leeway to do such a thing where. Yeah. Again, making fun of himself, it's still nostalgia based, right? Deadpool is a huge part of our childhood. He was the Merc with the mouth. He broke the fifth wall. He was that character that you loved.
So he went past the fourth wall. That's amazing.
Yeah, he went straight. He went straight to the sixth wall.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Which is where the president lives. So we're gonna.
He was at the fights last night.
He was like, yo, go. Another reason why I didn't want to watch it.
He had his own walkout song.
Thanks for giving me another reason, bro. I'm sure he has a walkout song. YMCA.
It was Kid Rock.
It was
Kid Rock.
It was YMCA.
It was Kid Rock.
It was Kid Rock?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah, did they wheel Kid Rock out there?
No, what the fuck was it? It was Cowboy. Cowboy by Kid Rock.
Fuck that
I swear to God.
guy altogether.
It was so great.
So anyway, Star Wars.
But it's like in this day and age where you can take anything on page and make it reality.
Correct.
To deviate from what's on page. You know, you had an excuse in the 80s.
Yeah.
You can read the page and go, fuck, we don't have the tech to do this.
Yeah.
How do we tell this scene a different way to convey what's here emotionally, even though we can't get it on screen? You don't have that excuse anymore.
No. Right.
It can be done. If it can't be done live action, you can do animated.
Right.
The people will show up for animation now.
Yeah.
For sure.
The fact that what's coming out of Japan, people will go to the movies to watch it.
Mario?
We know you can do animation.
Demon Slayer was huge in the box office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it came
So
out.
was Chainsaw Man.
There's no excuse
So was
to
Chainsaw Man.
deviate from the story we want to see on screen.
I mean, look at Mario and Mario Galaxy. Those are two movies that are both going to make Mario made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy's on track to make $1 billion. And it's literally just animated nostalgia.
Yes.
You're making a film based off like what people grew up playing.
So here's two sides of that coin. Mario, right? You have the nostalgia where they came out with the movie, right? You remember the movie?
Yeah, I remember it.
John Leguizamo and then John
Yes.
Leguizamo's dad.
I remember that one, yeah.
So that
original-
movie,
the original Mario. Yes.
which was fun at the time, but when you go back and watch it, completely unwatchable.
It has nothing to do
it's
with
really tough to watch.
Yes, they're not even real plumbers.
It was Mario.
I think they're electricians.
It was Mario in name only.
There's some kind of weird mushroom ooze.
Yes.
And like
And then
the
here's-
Koopas are kind of, I don't know what the fuck they are.
I don't even want to talk about the
Yoshi
Koopas,
is a-
but it was racist.
Yoshi is a reusable like prop from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Like it is bad.
It was amazing. I think Yoshi was a hand puppet from Jim Henson.
Dude, it was like a raptor looking thing. It was weird looking, bro.
But now
Weird.
you go into the future, into the present, or just recent times. Jack Black and his cast and that cartoon killed
Minecraft.
it.
No,
I'm talking
Minecraft
about
as well.
Super
That's what
Mario.
Jack,
I'm talking about
but
Super
Mario,
Jack Black
yes.
is Bowser.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
That
he
man
nailed it, yeah.
is hilarious.
he made Bowser a great character.
He
Yeah.
really
Yes.
did. He was walking around in a suit tailored with a shell with spikes coming
Yeah.
out of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And what they did was they took the movie, they told a Mario story.
Yep.
And they just let it be entertaining for the sake of just making something entertaining.
No hidden messages. Just
Surprise!
a fucking movie.
All
I
of
was
the
like, wow.
families went out because they're like, it's just something entertaining for the family.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, if you
Job well
if
done.
you turned it into some fucking feminist message, and all of a sudden Peach just started pegging Mario,
And she's like,
it'd have been like, oh,
peaches,
gee,
peaches.
just cracking open Mario's ass. It would have been like, hey, we can't.
I don't think this is family
I
friendly
can't
anymore.
take this. I can't take my kids to
Yeah,
this.
no,
I
you can't
If
do
you'd have put nipples on Bowser's shell, and dyed his hair blue,
Like the Batman suit?
or identify. I don't identify as a snapping turtle dragon. It's like, okay, well then fucking, it's just.
But see, going back to Star
didn't do
Wars,
that.
going back to Star Wars and nostalgia, right? It had hits and misses along the way.
It had one of the biggest
one of the biggest hits.
fan bases on the planet.
It did, but the Mandalorian
The fact that you
sold.
Yeah.
It did.
The Mandalorian was fantastic.
And they tried to dump a lot into that because they were desperate. They were like,
Right.
oh my God, Grogu. Ugh.
And then once Mandalorian took off, that's when all of the other vultures came out to be like, because then everything became, we need a little creature or a little robot, and we need the female hero, and she's gonna be in charge of the male, and he's gonna look stupid, and she's gonna and then they started playing with all of these things that used nostalgia to draw us in.
Well,
And then slapped us in the face.
Disney tried that with everything,
rhetoric.
and we started to see it in all the other works. Like Hollywood tries to pump that message, and then what happens is we see it in Star Wars, then you see it in the Marvel projects, and then you see it in other projects, like when they tried to do War of the Rohirrim.
Yes.
And they promised everyone it was going to be about Helm Hammerhand, and then it was about his daughter, who is mentioned one time in the entire Tolkien literature.
Yes.
And it's kind of hard for everybody to get behind it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if she's this unstoppable force of nature that's defeating these great warriors, where the fuck was she in the books?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what? this is bullshit.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I smell it.
I smell
it. It's
and
bullshit.
I don't like it.
Right. And it might work if it was a one-time thing that you tried to push. No one hated Xena Warrior Princess. We love Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just because Lucy Lawless was hot as shit, but it was because
she was.
But she was.
Yes.
But it's because
It didn't hurt
it's because
it.
it's because it was a unique story.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and she wasn't trying to preach some stupid ass message. She was just a girl boss.
Yeah.
She just was a great fucking warrior.
But what it was too is she was believable.
yes.
As the warrior.
Right,
Like,
not
she
like that.
sold it.
Not the girl in Mortal Kombat with no
No.
shoulder
Oh
muscles.
my God.
That
Yes.
you cast as fucking what the hell's her name? Is it Sonya Blade?
Oh, bitch tits.
No, that's the
Sonya.
guy.
It's Sonya.
It's Sonya
Sonya
Blade.
Blade.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
you
you're right.
cast her as like as a military fucking like American force of
Like
you know,
special
nature.
forces.
Yeah.
And she looked like she was the secretary.
Bro,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
had
yeah.
no muscle
None.
density. I'm like,
No
dude,
muscle.
that girl ain't fucking
that's-
any. If she
and that
punches
is-
you, she's gonna hurt her hand.
That is
Yeah.
the problem. They're trying to sell particular people. It's like that person doesn't sell the audience the character.
Now,
Yes.
Carl
So
Urban,
that
Carl Urban
doesn't
can be
work.
Johnny Cage.
Yes.
Carl Urban is Johnny Cage. I'm fine with Carl Urban as anything.
All right, but I'm going to counterpoint you guys right now, okay? And this is based on nostalgia. When you go back to the original Batman on TV, that was your everyday man. He had dad gut, skinny arms.
Oh, you talking about Adam West?
I'm talking about Adam West.
Yes.
Yeah, but that show worked because it was ridiculous.
100% grade A Adam West.
The Bat dance to this day is my favorite dance on the dance
Bro,
floor.
they just drove around in broad daylight in bright colored shit.
Yeah.
And like they would stop and get like bat burgers at like a fucking diner. Like that show was unbelievable.
It was, and you know
He
what?
was in the water and he got pulled out and he had a shark on his leg and he had to use shark repellent and the shark exploded. I was like, bro,
Yep.
this fucking show is unbelievable.
But in
that's
a good
why
way.
it worked.
But in
Oh,
a good way.
Zing, pow, like the
the
fucking
thing is,
sound effects.
they
The
held
zap, boom.
they held
Zip, zap, zap, zap.
to the rules of the world that they had created
Yeah,
for it.
that worked
Correct.
because it was completely fucking
Correct.
And that's
So-
when you have issues
like-
with things with Star Wars where you end up breaking it is when you're trying to mold the world to now fit your rules because you want your character
True.
to supersede who's supposed to be the Grandmaster Jedi. We're like, well, but these people over here now outbeat what the Sith were doing
Yes.
before they did it.
Right.
And it's like, well, that breaks the way the world works.
Correct.
From what we know it.
And
They're gonna try to do this again soon because you guys know the Masters of the Universe movie's coming out.
Yes.
yes.
The trailer's out.
It's already a failure.
Yeah.
It's already a failure. And
think?
you know why?
You think?
And you know why? What is the one person in that movie that makes everything a fucking failure?
It scares me, but they're not actually using his likeness.
It's
At least-
Skeletor.
No, at least he's hiding behind that skull.
uh-huh. A Jared
Leto.
fucking Leto.
Right. He is normally the kiss of death.
I
You're
will
right.
bet against him.
You're right. But like it's a fucking.
I
if you
think
want to talk about baiting with nostalgia,
He
Yes.
has single-handedly destroyed how many nostalgic
What they-
franchises?
he bombed the Suicide
What they
Squad.
should have done-
Tron,
He bombed Tron.
Yes.
Batman.
Yeah,
They
You're
should
right.
have left.
His track
Morbius.
record.
Morbius.
They should have left his voice out of the trailer.
They should have left him out of the movie. Why do they keep hiring him? I don't understand. Him and Ezra Miller, just fucking put him in front of a fire
Well, I
squad.
gotta say-
Ezra Miller has reached like a level.
He's
like,
been
kinda
missing. He's been missing ever since
Yeah.
the Flash movie.
Yeah, Ezra Miller is untouchable, and so is, I hate to say it now, but Shia LaBeouf. He's kind of untouchable, and I hate to be like, I'm you know me, I'm not a fucking victim blamer.
Yeah.
Like I guess
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah,
on here
yeah.
a long time ago.
Yes, yes. Tommy.
I try to keep an open mind. I never blame victims. I try to
Sure.
let all the facts come out. We did this when who was Kang?
Oh, yes.
Majors.
yes.
When he was, and then he ended up like finding out. Oh, it
He was
wasn't
fine. It wasn't him. Yes,
right. You know,
correct.
Johnny Depp, another, the most famous case
Yes,
where the
yes.
whole world turned against him. Pirates of the Caribbean.
People shitting on his bills.
That's going on with another actor right now, Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. LaBeouf.
Mr. LaBeouf, who was. He was heralded when he came out as the next big fucking thing.
Yep.
He
Yes.
was Transformers. They
Yep.
put him in Fury. He was in Indiana Jones before it was a complete pile of shit.
Yep. Oh, don't bring that back. That's a nostalgia.
Well, you know, when they
failure.
ended Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or whatever, they were gearing it up for Shia LaBeouf to be the next Indiana Jones. Like,
Yes.
that's what they were pushing it.
And you know that Harrison Ford did not want Chris Pratt to take over the franchise because he was looking to take over the Indiana Jones franchise, but he was still in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Harrison
Ford
Ford
was
is like,
like,
I
he
don't want
stretched-
him.
he stretched too
Anybody
thin.
but him. And I'm like, Why not? He would have done a great job. Yeah. Anything but what they put in front of us.
He has the presence on screen to take over for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf is getting that Ezra Miller treatment right now. Like not just because of him fighting people and using homophobic slurs in New Orleans.
Correct.
He there's some shit going out about some like a British artist he dated, and apparently he's like a fucking abusive psychopath.
I can see it.
And where there's smoke, there's fire.
I'm
not saying that it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying
there are some issues, especially from everyone, not just from Disney, all the kids from Nickelodeon, all of these child actor creating kind of entities that were in Hollywood. It keeps coming out that this also person was a pedophile, and this other person here was so all the way back to some of the people that were working at even now at Cartoon Network have recently, some of the producers on those shows that it came out like, those guys also. So the one network that was left that didn't end up having someone getting prosecuted has now been added to the list. So you have all of the people that were in charge of talent at Nickelodeon.
I was about to say Nickelodeon was
a bunch of the people that were in charge of the talent at Disney, of the talent in particular of the kids, were all preying on the children. You had that big one that was in Britain, where the one dude where he had all these children's foundations.
The guy. Oh my God.
He made it all the way to death.
Jimmy fucking. Fallon? Oh my God. No, he was.
Not Jimmy Fallon?
They made a parody of him in the new 28 Years Later Bone Temple.
Yeah.
They made the villain his name Jimmy, and he had dyed blonde hair, and it was a literal parody of this guy.
He was preying on special needs children.
A fucking monster.
He had a special needs foundation, and that's where he would find his children.
Oh my God.
So it's coming out, and then you're seeing all of these kids as they're trying to transition into adult actors just fucking falling apart because they were literally, some of the kids came up that they were just being passed around to these adults at parties as they were children.
It was Jimmy Savile.
So they would be getting these movie roles on screen and on television, and that's how they were being abused.
That's pretty crazy.
So you even have like the two Coreys, where you have the one that's left alive, and the other kid, he killed himself because that's what was going on behind the scenes.
Right.
So there were
hundreds of accusations.
These actors and actresses as their adults. Look at Amanda Bynes, who's like, what the fuck happened? And it's like all of the same shit. Or it's like, good luck finding a child actor, because they were literally just getting abused for a decade before they even made it to adulthood.
Well, Bieber's all fucked up now.
Yeah.
Like Bieber looks like a straight roofer, bro. Like Bieber was they were releasing photos of him recently. I'm like, dude, how did you go from like
the Biebs,
literally the biggest pop star on the planet, like a young male Taylor Swift, to like, dude, he looks like absolute fucking shit.
But he is putting out some good music still.
Is he?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any of Biebs' new
He
stuff.
put some new stuff out just recently. Really vibing with his music. Maybe he's just leaning into that tortured artist thing. Not that it's.
I mean,
not.
I guarantee
really there.
Between like him hanging out with Diddy and Usher and shit, I guarantee you some fucked up shit happened.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for him. I feel for him, but it's like, you got a point. Like,
but as a parent,
it's a meat grinder. Hollywood's a meat grinder.
As a parent, you have to be there and present for your kids if they're in these things.
Yeah.
You just can't drop it off and be like, hey, you're going to take care of my kid? All right, cool. I'm going to use that money and go to the fucking Caribbean islands and shit.
And that's a lot of what happened.
Like Macaulay Culkin's parents.
Yeah, that's where people are failing. But
and he's one of the ones who's always stood up for Michael Jackson, and he has said it before. Like
Corey Feldman too. Corey Feldman stands up for Michael.
was being shipped onto the plane to be sent to the island, and Michael Jackson stepped in, sent a private plane, and took him away and brought him over to him instead.
Damn.
And then he got the bad rap.
That he was actually protecting children, so they turned it around on him to try to make him look like the predator.
Michael Jackson was actually Peter Pan.
He was.
But then again, even Peter Pan, even Peter Pan is being shipped up in the algorithm as the predator, where Hook is trying to stop Peter Pan from capturing children and bringing them to Neverland.
Cat Williams was trying to shit on Michael Jackson a long time ago.
Damn.
He said that Michael was up in trees just looking at kids like, ooh, I like him.
So to
You
switch,
can't- you
switch
can't-
away from this horrific conversation.
What? We went from this-
Hold on. This is not nostalgia, bro.
Nostalgia and pedophilia go hand in hand, bro.
Oh,
Hollywood's a fucking cesspool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
These are the people that are creating our shit.
So anyway.
So don't be surprised when Hollywood fucks your IP when that's what they do to children.
Absolutely. Pizzagate 2026.
I think we should end the show right
I
now.
don't think we should end the fucking show. I think this is a great thumbnail.
Holy shit. No, it's not.
A kid crying in a puddle.
No, I'm not making that. I'm not making thumbnails
Come on.
anymore. No.
Kid crying in puddle.
Oh my god. All right, let's.
In the arms. So fucker-in-law
No.
is the next Ben Stiller project.
No. So, anyway,
Nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Boy,
We were doing such a good job.
We were doing good.
The last 2 episodes of sticking to
yeah,
subjects.
yeah. No,
And then
now
we
you
just-
guys fucking just flew a plane.
Listen, every
into
now
it.
and then we like. Speaking of nostalgia,
So
Where
do you
were
want
you
me?
in
Do you want me to
2001?
pick the next subject again for next
Yeah.
week?
No,
where were you
we're
in
not gonna do that.
2001?
We're not gonna
Where
do
were
that.
you?
All right. So,
Why
so
a built a flame into
if
it? Oh
you
my
had-
god! Oh my god!
in your childhood, Jesus Christ, hopefully it wasn't as bad as Corey Feldman's. We're gonna what would be your most let's go for 3 nostalgic movies or TV shows that you could still go back to today
and make me.
and it was a positive experience then and something you can still watch now and enjoy as an adult.
Conan the Barbarian is a big nostalgic movie for me because it's not just like Arnold and like the golden age of the action hero, but like it just reminds me of a simpler time when like all I gave a fuck about was like sword and sorcery and playing video games, and it was a good time. Like I remember I watched Conan as early as 7. Like I mean, fuck, the movie is great. Godzilla is definitely like a nostalgia thing for me. Like the whole kaiju, everyone run, he's destroying the cities. You can pick any of them. Godzilla versus Megalon, Godzilla versus King Kong, any of the old ones where you can see the string. And it's a Japanese guy in a rubber suit acting weird. Those are always nostalgia for me. And I don't know. I mean, to me personally, I might pick X-Men just because the X-Men cartoon. Because the X-Men cartoon was the fundamental, like quintessential Saturday
the old
morning.
97.
Like everybody, my mom, me, my brother, everybody on the floor, eating your eggs and bacon, just watching fucking the X-Men. That's nostalgia. That's a nostalgia burger for me right there.
For me, and it probably had a big influence into me why I wanted to even get into the military, was G.I. Joe. I loved the toys and the cartoon. I was a huge fan of
Who's your favorite G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe.
Like the
Snake
ninja?
Eyes.
Snake Eyes, Ninja?
Yeah.
All right, man.
I mean, who else is there?
Listen,
Cobra Commander?
I don't know.
Fucking, yeah, it would be Cobra Commander. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
G.I. Joe was just a recruitment tool.
It was, and it worked. So G.I. Joe.
They left it out. They said knowing is half the battle. They didn't tell you the other half was extreme violence. They didn't fucking tell the kids that.
The other half is war crimes.
Yeah, the other crap is shooting kids.
The other thing for me, and this goes for the cartoons, the movies, the toys, again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That had a
juggernaut.
huge impact in all categories of nostalgia.
That's a nostalgia
What's
thing
amazing
that's
is
been reiterated a bunch
Ninja
of times.
Turtles
Successfully.
stays around
Successfully.
every
They
5
did that fat
years.
Black April.
It's okay. They still watched it. Ice Cube was in there.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He was the villain.
It's terrible. Why would you do that to Ice Cube?
He plays a good villain.
It is amazing. Every 5 years, they reboot the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
they
to keep the rights,
They
to keep the
change
rights.
the animation. They kick it back. Those guys wrote one massive comic, and they've been lucky enough that IP has made it all the way up until now.
Yeah.
And my final one, surprise hitter, Princess Bride.
That's not a surprise hit. That's a great fucking movie.
I love that movie. It was comedy, it was action, it was fantasy.
That was my Halloween
it
costume
hit,
this year.
it hit all the markers, right? The Dread Pirate Robin.
If I'm
Yeah,
flipping
man.
through something and it's on,
As you
I will
wish.
watch it.
Yeah, as you wish, yes. Inconceivable was one of the best
Andre the Giant?
big words
Bro.
I've ever learned as a
Yeah.
child.
Yes.
You can throw it around in any conversation.
Billy Crystal is the little old doctor.
Come
It's
on,
it's a great
man.
fucking movie.
It's a
fucking movie.
great movie. Fezzik?
Yeah,
Yes.
fucking Andre the Giant. He comes up to the door and the guy, what the hell's Billy Crystal say to him? He's like, I'm gonna call the Brute Squad. He's like, I'm on the Brute Squad. He's like, you are the Brute
Yes,
Squad.
yes. He picked up the actor Dread Pirate Roberts with one hand.
Dude, Andre the Giant
and
was a monster.
walked with that
He's a
motherfucker. Like,
monster.
what? Who can pick up a human being like that? Andre the Giant.
Andre Rusimov. That's why he was as big as he was.
Yeah, so those are my 3 picks for multiple categories for the first 2, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, and then Princess Bride.
Princess Bride is one of my girlfriend's favorite movies.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
And it makes me happy.
Ed?
I don't rewatch
Barbie?
almost anything. I don't rewatch stuff. I don't replay games. If I've played it, I got the story.
Goonies is good.
I will sooner put on a really trash anime that I haven't seen than rewatch something. The few things I do rewatch: Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate.
Oh damn! A lot of Star.
Yes,
A lot of space. I'm noticing a pattern.
That's those 3. I will happily you know what? I don't know what's what. I will put on one of those. But
that explains why you're so good at technology.
In terms of even video games, I can count on one hand the amount I've gone out of my way to replay a second time. Legend of Dragoon and Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
All right.
Okay.
Outside of that, I've never bothered replay. Oh no,
Skyrim.
Gears of War, when they made the remake.
Skyrim, I've replayed.
And that was because it was I played it the second time with co-op the entire way through.
Still an amazing game.
Dragon Ball Z.
You ever play Gears?
Gears, no.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't this was when that fracture happened where you either for a while everybody had the PlayStation, they had the Xbox, but then there was a fracture where it's okay, some people went 360, some people went PS3. It's I stayed with PlayStation then. But for a while, I had everything.
Bro,
I had a
Gears
GameCube,
of
I had
War
Xbox,
is
I had
a better version of Resident Evil than Resident Evil.
Gears of War was the reason I bought an Xbox.
It's a bold statement.
And it's well worth it. You could play the storyline.
I know there's a lot of people that love Gears.
The multiplayer, amazing. One of the best stories I've played through.
What the fuck were the bad? They're called the Locust or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I knew enough about it. Even things like Bioshock and shit. I didn't get into that because it was an Xbox mainly LP.
If you
fantastic
wanted
game.
to play Gears, I would absolutely jump on and play with you, and we could do a co-op. It is so much fun.
The next Gears of War remake, they're doing a remake. It's coming to PlayStation.
And they're making a movie with
putting
Dave
it on
Bautista
PlayStation.
playing Marcus Phoenix.
Oh, well, that's going to suck.
Could. Could. You're not wrong. It could suck.
The only problem with that is he's lost so much weight. He no longer has the size.
Give him a fat suit.
He better not have lost too much because he's playing the Kurgan in Highlander.
He lost.
Yeah.
I mean, he is still a very big man.
Yes, he's
by
just not as
normal
big.
human standards.
Yeah.
But he came down significantly in weight. Same way the Rock did. We came down significantly. I think you can only run heavy gear for so long before you have to for your own I need
Physical
to live,
well-being.
that you have to just cycle off and fucking recover.
So are you saying, Eddie, you have no nostalgia feels on anything?
I not to the point where I go back and I rewatch a thing. I really don't.
Okay.
I like this weekend I watched 3 different absolute trash animes instead of going and rewatching some shit.
Instead of Invincible. Instead of Invincible. What the fuck?
You should get into Invincible.
Invincible is amazing.
You would fucking love Invincible.
The thing is, sometimes I'm not in the mood to sit and really, because when I watch Invincible, I want to be paying attention.
Right.
So it's I don't have it in me to pay attention. I will put on something that's just a step above background noise.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of want to pay attention to Invincible.
But it grabs your attention.
Same thing when I watch Daredevil. If I'm not in the mood to sit and really pay attention, I'm not going to put it on and half pay attention. I want to pay attention when I'm watching it.
Well, that's like The Boys. I still have to watch last season and the new season, but I have to wait until...
That's what I need to watch. There's 2 episodes of The Boys out.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thank you.
I have to be in a mood to watch The Boys because it's fucking gross.
Bro, there's a lot of anime out now, and if you try to follow anime, it's so fucking tough. Like the creator of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood just came out with a new anime.
Yes.
It's called Daemons of the Shadow Realm. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode.
The first episode throws you off so much.
Yes.
You're like, oh, this is going to happen this way. No. 10 minutes into the episode, you're like, fuck, what is happening?
Yes.
Shit.
All of a sudden, there's a helicopter.
Yeah,
you're
you're like,
what?
Yeah, you're like, yes, fantasy. What? Helicopter. What is happening?
I'm like, what in M. Night Shyamalan?
Someone's got a gun. What is happening? This is
I'm like,
not
what the fuck happened? So yeah, that's a good one, and it's going to be good because the creator of it only hits home runs.
Yes.
Like her other anime is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and is widely considered, in some people's opinion, and it might be valid, the greatest anime of all time. Okay. So whatever she's doing, I'm going to pay attention to. And the other guy, the creator of Inuyasha, which was another big hit from the early days in the nostalgia of anime, is creating something that's kind of a spiritual successor to that, and it's called Mao. It's on Hulu. It's actually good. I watched the first episode.
It's not Minawasa?
No, Inuyasha was, it was just, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. But there's so many good animes out right now. Fucking Witch Hat Atelier. There's so many goddamn good animes out right now that it's hard for me to fucking keep up with.
Yeah, no, I've been.
It was a good year for anime. 2026 so far has been a solid year.
I've been watching Invincible and actually Daredevil. Really liking what they've done with this season and the direction. And it looks like Jessica Jones is on deck next, or The Punisher.
The Punisher will be right after Daredevil.
Yeah, it's like a special.
One Last Kill.
Yes.
Is it a show or is it a movie?
I would say
Miniseries.
it's like half a step away from being its own movie.
Yeah.
So it's not a full-on show, but yes.
Yeah, I'm with it. I like John
Bernthal
as an actor.
Yes.
And he sells the Punisher vibe.
I mean, he's going to be the Punisher in the new Spider-Man, too.
Hell yeah, man.
He's in the trailer.
I fucking love it. Yeah, not the Sony version though, right?
No. This is full Disney.
No, it's they
that movie looks weird too because I don't know what angle they're going. Are you going like Man Spider? Like what are you doing?
It looks like
limbs.
the from some of the stuff they're using in the trailer, that is the story of Man Spider where he does grow the multiple limbs. But I don't see them maintaining that beyond like a short chunk of the movie.
I don't see a lot of people being interested in Tom Holland with fucking 6 arms.
No.
Zendaya might.
They're using it as a means of giving him the organic webbing and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. They're gonna level him up in a way.
That is because after that whole Cocoon thing that looks like they're doing, they're gonna bump him up power wise, especially after they had Tobey Maguire, easily overpower him when he's like rage filled going to swing, and he's just like, Bink, what are you doing? What are you doing, little man? Put this down. Put this down.
That's true.
Temper tantrum down, young man.
Yes, yeah. And they're bringing in the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is gonna be his friend
Ned.
Here's the problem I have with that. Even on Ozempic, I don't think he can get on a glider. Yeah, I don't know if he's got enough balance for a glider.
Yeah, Ned's a little chunky to be the
a
hobgoblin.
little chunky monkey. To be a hobgoblin. Just goblin maybe, and I'm in.
The gobgoblin.
The knob goblin.
The knob goblin.
Yeah, he's a big boy to be a villain in fighting.
That's it. That's the picture. The knob goblin.
Zendaya's the knob goblin. Jesus Christ.
And on that note, thank you for joining us at this fucking podcast where we recognize Zendaya as the knob goblin.
I do have to push back on some of the stuff I see online, like where they're trying to push the sad Tom Holland Spider-Man as like everyone's favorite Spider-Man. When you look at the comic sales, the last Spider-Man that came out, which was instead of him getting the powers as a teen, he gets it as an adult. He's already married to Mary Jane. They have kids, and they're happy. That is the fastest and highest selling Spider-Man in recent history. People like that. Like, no, he actually has a happy home life, and the issue balance that he's having is trying to keep that while maintaining his powers, while maintaining his career. It's the balancing act that he's keeping up.
That's what people like.
People are like, oh no, he actually has a happy life that's grounding him. Yeah. And then it's everything else that he's trying to balance. Instead of sad boy Spider-Man.
My Spider-Man is Peter Parker, fucking redheaded girlfriend, Mary Jane Watson. That's my Spider-Man.
Yeah. I like Spectacular. He was just an attitude.
Nothing wrong with fucking Miles Morales and all that. And who's the other girlfriend?
Miles isn't bad. I just want more.
Miles and Spider-Gwen have made their own little corner.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy, like, it's whatever. Yeah, like.
Miles Morales just needs to come out faster. Those cartoons are taking far too long.